All right, so it is lunchtime and I'm going to make a grilled cheese sandwich, but not just any grilled cheese sandwich. No. We are going to dress it up, okay, with some pineapple and some ham. I think this is maple ham. And yeah, we're going to make a yummy grilled cheese sandwich with pickles on the side, of course. Gotta have pickles. I have everything out, and we will talk about this book. I just finished reading it, the Quintland Sisters. So yeah, but first let's make the sandwich, and then we'll head outside for some fresh air, and we'll get into this book. Because believe me, I took notes. Yeah. Yeah, it's something else. But yeah, we will get to that. Yeah, so let's make this a sandwich. I just have to grab some bread, and yeah, and then we can enjoy every single bite. All right, so of course the first thing we need is bread. So growing up, my grandma used to make something like this, but with tomato. Yeah, I'm going to put a little bit mayo on it. But tomatoes, they're not too bad price. They're $2.99 a pound, but they're tiny. And I don't really want a tiny beefsteak tomato. I want a big, fat, juicy Bob the tomato from VeggieTales, if you grew up watching VeggieTales, tomato. And right now, they're just too small. So I'm really looking forward to those big, nice and juicy beefsteak tomatoes. I'll probably have to go to a vegetable stand and find them, which is no problem. Yeah, we will hunt some down, but it just wasn't worth it. So I thought, well, instead of, you know, tomato, because that's what she would do. It would be just, oops, oh, she dropped me something. Welcome to my cooking shows. I'm always dropping or spilling something. But she would have like the tomato, and the melted cheese was so good. So yeah, I figured, well, let's, you know, instead of tomatoes, let's do pineapple, and we'll add some ham. Yes, sirree, because why not? I'm going to actually cut. There we go. There we go. Just gonna put a little bit more mayo on there. I love mayo. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm, oh, what did we forget? I told you, yeah. It's a good thing I was like, oh yeah, there's a cheese. Yeah, I'm going to put cheese right on top of there. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're going to get this toasted up. I think that's everything, right? It's just never a dull moment, you know? No, never a dull moment with me. I make you laugh, that's for sure. And you know what? That's life. Sometimes you forget the cheese on your grilled cheese. The important thing is that you remember before you put it in the hot frying pan. So, speaking of a hot frying pan, let me go warm mine up. All right, so the other side is buttered. Pan is nice and hot. So we will be ready pretty soon. And I can flip it over. Three, 2, 2.5, 2 3/4, 3. Just a little bit minor adjustment. There we go. Oh, love that. Golden brown, nice and crispy. All right, there we go. Looks pretty good. Yeah, I approve. I already know it's gonna taste good. Yeah. All right. Bon appetit. Cheers. That is really good. Oh my goodness. That is 2 thumbs up. I will definitely make that again. It's just nice to switch up grilled cheese. And I have my drinking glass, you know, container, whatever you call these, tumbler. I don't know. That I got at Value Village. It's just Kool-Aid. That's good. Filled with ice, nice and cold. Right? I'm gonna put this on a plate. Let's head outside. Yeah, I approve. All right, it is a gorgeous day outside. Somebody is mowing their lawn. I think we're still okay. We don't have to do our grass, but probably pretty soon. Yeah. Cheers. Just perfect. I like this weather. It's not too cold. Like, you kind of, it is chilly. You need like a sweater, like, you know, hoodie, but you can sit outside comfortably. Yeah, without it being too humid or mosquitoes bugging you. I did grab some pickles. Yeah. Crunchy pickles. Okay, so this book I found at a little free library. I think it was it last year? Last year maybe that I found it. And this book has been on my books I want to read list. And I think I first saw it in a magazine and it's like, oh, this looks really good. And then one day the little free library delivered. Sometimes the little free library knows what you're looking for and voila, there's your book. Just waiting for you. And this was really good. It was hard to read. Like, not hard, like couldn't get into it hard, but hard because, you know, this really happened and the government sucks. You know, the people involved suck. You know, like, you get mad at everybody involved. Yeah, you really do. Let me see. Okay, right here. That's the page I need to be on. Okay, so this is a fictional book. There is a character in here that doesn't exist, which is too bad because after reading it, you know, you kind of feel like they're a real person. But I guess most characters we read about, they feel real to us, right? They do. So if you didn't know, the Quintland Sisters were Canada's first set of quints, and they pretty much got put on display just like a zoo for the world to see. Yeah. Yeah. Just very sad. They definitely had a hard life. And yeah. Even if the government, like, didn't take them away, I think their life still would have been hard because, don't blow away. Because when you read about their parents don't sound very nice. So they probably would have had a hard life either way, you know, at home or with the government. Yeah, but they did get exploited. And this does remind me about today's world. This goes on today. Kids get exploited. YouTube, TikTok, you know, when every video is a kid and we'll get into that, but it was just like when I was reading it, it was like, oh my gosh, this is just like social media. It's even like those TV shows on TLC, like Outdaughtered, or, you know, like how many of us, I know I have, right, because you're so curious, but then it's like you realize later on, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so wrong, you know, like, you know, because you don't think about what it's like for them to always be on camera, and like the kids being so young don't fully have an understanding of what that means. You know, people all over can know certain things about you, and how strange that would be if somebody stopped you on the street and like mentioned, oh, I remember when you like broke a window with a baseball, or you fell off your bike, you know, like something like that. You know, it would be really strange and weird, and we don't think about that, and I think we need to start getting on that kind of thinking train, right? And people need to stop exploiting their kids, period. That goes for Instagram too. I've seen accounts like that on Instagram, and you click on it, and every picture, oh, there's a baby or like a young kid. Oh, like, no, yeah. All right, so, but we'll get into that. All right, so the Quintland Sisters, Shelley Wood, a historical novel that will enthrall you. I was utterly captivated. Juliana Goodman, and this has like interviews and insights and like newspaper clips in here too. So that was kind of neat to see. Okay, so in Shelley Wood's fiction debut. Don't mind me. The readers are taken inside the devastating true story of the Dion quintuplets, believed to be the first set of identical sisters born alive, told from the perspective of an inspiring young midwife witnessing her first delivery, who is a fictional character. She felt real to me though, but she's fictional. Yeah. So Emma Trepany is just 17 when she assists at the harrowing birth of the Dion quintuplets, 5 tiny miracles born to French farmers in hardscramble northern Ontario in 1934. Emma cares for them through their perilous first days, and when the government removes the babies from the francophone parents, I'm not sure if I said that right, but that's okay, making them wards of the British king, Emma signs on as their nurse. Over 6,000 daily visitors come to ogle the identical quints, playing in their custom-built playground at the height of the Great Depression. The tourism dollars and endorsement deals pour in, while the rest of the world delights in their sameness. Emma sees each girl as unique. With her quirky eye to detail, Emma records every strange twist of events in her private journals. As the fight over custody and rendezvous turns increasingly explosive, Emma is torn between the fishbowl sanctuary of Quintland and the wider world, now teetering on the brink of war. Steeped in research, Quintland Sisters is a novel of love, heartache, resilience, and enduring sisterhood, a fictional coming-of-age bound up in one of the strangest true tales of the past century. Yeah. I wish that Emma, yeah, I wish she was like real, yeah. All right, so yeah, so they were believed to be Canada's first set of quintuplets, and of course, news got out really quick, and the father right away, days after the birth, he got approached by people from a fair. And they wanted to put the Quint sisters on display for the whole world to see. So the parents were persuaded to go ahead and do that. But then later on, the father was like, oh, wait, no, I changed my mind. So he revoked the contract, just saying that his wife didn't sign it. Well, the people from the fair, they didn't see it that way. You know, they kind of like, no, like you are, you know, it's kind of like, okay, no, too late, you know, like nice try, but like, you know, that they thought otherwise, you know. So, got to turn my page. So after 4 months with the family, that's how long, and also the first night, a couple of them almost didn't survive. That's why they were 5 little miracles, because back then they didn't have a lot of resources. Technology, you know, wasn't obviously as advanced as it was today, you know. Yeah, so it was a miracle that they survived the first night and, like, you know, the first few nights. So after 4 months with the family, custody was signed over to the Red Cross, which paid for their care and oversaw the building of a hospital for the sisters, which was just right across from where the family house, was. Ontario government stepped in and passed the Dion Quintuplets Guardianship Act in 1935, which made them wards of the Crown until the age of 18. Ontario provincial government and those around them began to profit. They began to profit by making them a significant tourist attraction. Now, because the father, changed his mind about, you know, signing the contract about the fair people, they agreed that the Red Cross would step in, take the girls for 2 years, and they would provide, like, medical costs, nurse wages, anything that they needed. So they agreed to that to protect them from that contract. Yeah, they would cover everything. All right, let me see. The father had a seat on the board of guardianship, but rarely attended meetings as he felt his vote wouldn't matter against the other 3 guardianships. So one of the people on the guardianship was a doctor, and then 2 other men and the father. But he didn't think his vote would matter, and it's like, that kind of ticked me off. Okay, like, I how can you say that if you don't try, if you don't use your voice and speak up? These are your girls, these are your kids. You're just gonna let them take over, and that's pretty much what you did. You're letting them take over and do whatever they want. You know, like, yeah. So that ticked me off. Yeah. You know, like, even if I didn't listen, at least you were there and you spoke up. You know? Yeah. They were involved in the guardianship. They were involved in caring for the girls, managing money, creating contracts for business opportunities such as appearance in film and commercials. And they stated the reason for removing the Quints from the parents' legal custody was to ensure their survival and protection from promoters. Yeah, but you're just, yeah. Like, they weren't protected from you. You know, like, yeah. So the Dions were a French-speaking family, 5 older kids. Now, yeah, 5 older kids. Can you imagine? You have 5 kids already, and you pop out 5 more? Heck no. No way. Like, oh no. Oh. Yeah, but she didn't know that. She thought she was pregnant with twins. Okay, so it was a surprise. And then it was proven that they were identical, created from one single egg cell. And they later on did test. Okay, and I found out that she had cramps in her 3rd month, and she passed a strange object, which may have been a 6th fetus. So and they believed that they each shared a embryonic sac, and so one of the Quints would have shared a sac with the miscarried baby. Like, that is just so fascinating. Like, yeah, like, I found that really fascinating. I didn't know that. Yeah. So total weight, 13 pounds. The highest weight was 3 pounds. Lowest weight was around 2 pounds. Yeah. So you have Yvonne, Annette, Cecile, Emily, and Marie. Now, still 2 are living, and 3 have died. Marie passed away in 1970. Emily passed away in 1954. She was only 20 years old. Oh my gosh. And Yvonne passed away in 2001. Emily would have seizures, and she was at a nun convent, and she asked the nun, can you just keep an eye on her? And she fell asleep, so the nun stepped out because she thought she was okay, she's sleeping, but she ended up having a seizure, rolled over onto her stomach, and pretty much suffocated herself with her pillow. That is so sad, and you also get angry at the nun, you know, even though she's sleeping, she's not safe, like, and then what ticks me off, what gets me upset, you know, is that this could have been preventable. You know, she was 20 years old, she died alone, you know. Oh, and one sister, they haven't heard from her. I think it was the one in 2000, maybe 2001, I'm not sure, that passed away. They haven't heard from her like for 5 days, and then when they went to check on her, they found her. She passed away in her bed. She had like a blood clot. So yeah, but it's just so sad. Like, it could have been prevented, but 2 are still living. Yeah, which is amazing. Okay, so the hospital / nursery was just right across from the birthplace. Yeah, they lived there until they were 9 years old. 9 years old, they lived there. All right, the compound had an outdoor playground designed to be a public observation area. It was surrounded by a covered arcade, which allowed tourists to observe the sisters behind one-way screens. Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to read my chicken scratch. Oh, okay. They were brought to the playground 2 to 3 times a day in front of the crowd. They were constantly tested, studied, examined, with records taken of everything. They were not required to participate in chores and were privately tutored in the same building where they lived. So that meant, you know, they lived a pretty sheltered life. Can you imagine leaving after 9 years and seeing the outside world? Like, that would be a big shock. Okay. Oh, they were cared for primarily by nurses. They had limited exposure to the world outside the boundaries of the compound, except for daily rounds of tourists, who, from the sisters' point of view, were generally heard but not seen. That would be so, like, that would be so weird. Like, you can hear the tourists, but like you couldn't see them. They also had occasional contact with the parents and siblings from across, you know, the road. The parents were allowed in the nursery. But when they were allowed in the nursery, they argued with the nurses, so they weren't like really cooperative. Really, I mean, I get it. Like, you know, they took them away from you, but I don't know. But honestly, would they have been able to care for them? You know, probably not. All right, I lost my place. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. So the amount that the father back then made was $182,466 in 1943. Which is the equivalent to millions of dollars today. Wow. So everybody was making a profit. Yeah. 300,000 people walked through the gallery between 1936 and 1943. That was a lot of stinking people. So no pictures were allowed. Tourists asked to be quiet because if the Quints could hear, they would get excited, and then they would get irritated when the tourists left. Yeah. Oh, and the father also profited because he had a souvenir shop called Quintland. So, yeah. So he had like plates and books and postcards and dolls with their face all over it. Yeah. Famous people who visited was Clark Gable, James Stewart, Betty Davis, James Cagney, Mae West, and Amelia Earhart, 6 weeks before her ill-fated flight. Yeah, in 1937. Now, the trust fund. This is the fortunate part. Trust fund deceased by spending, it was deceased because they were spending money on marriages, houses, child support, and divorce. But it was later discovered that the trust fund contained less money than what was made from ads and photos of the Quints. Instead of the government paying for food, research, travel, expenses for photographers and filmmakers, the payments came from the Quints trust fund. You SOBs. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah. And when I found that out, you know, the government pretty at first didn't say anything. They were quiet. So the Quints, they went to the media. And they eventually settled on $4 million. So they did get, yeah, money back. So when the parents did gain back the custody of the Quints, the Dion family moved into a nursery while they waited for the new home to be completed, because obviously they're going to need a bigger house. So we'll move in the nursery while the new house is completed. And then the house, which was the yellow brick house, 20-room mansion. Guess how that mansion was paid for? Yeah, trust fund. Pieces of you know what? Like, you know, that's what I mean. You get ticked off at everybody involved. Those poor girls, like, getting taken advantage of. Let's see, so yeah, okay. Oh, the building right now, as of right now, is a retirement home. So the big house, the mansion, is a retirement home. The nursery converted into a schoolhouse where the sisters finished their secondary education. But the sisters recall that the yellow brick house was the saddest home that they ever have known. Yeah. And they said it was the saddest home because I guess the mother was abusive, physical abusive to them. And the father, they said, in their teenage years, SA them. So, when they turned 18, they left. So, yeah. And plus, they didn't feel like, because they had 5 older siblings, they felt a disconnection, because obviously you're going to, like, you didn't grow up with them, and like the Quint sisters spoke French and their older siblings spoke English, so yeah, it was just it was sad. I mean, like, you hope that they had a better life after they were put on display, you know, but they didn't, probably not until they were adults. But like all the damage that caused, you know, like, it's just awful. A lot of emotional damage, trauma. But it was still a good book. And like with today's world, yeah, like it does relate to a lot with today's world with social media and how people just exploit their kids. You know, you always hear stories that kids that like did Nickelodeon, you know, like a kid's show, and like, you know, like they make so much money and then they become adults. And it wasn't, you know, Home Alone. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, you know, wasn't he had that, right? Because like when he got older and there was no money left because the parents like take care of it and spend it and get greedy and they're selfish, and it's like, you know, he's the one doing all the hard work, you know. No, there are, you know, stricter laws. I think that laws still need to be worked on and get stricter. But they have so much of their money put aside for them, and like I guess like maybe like a trust fund, but you know, but still. What is that guy's name? Macaulay Culkin. Why couldn't I think of that? I don't know, brain fart. I don't know, Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, okay. brain fart. Yeah. Yeah, I think he had issues, right? Like, yeah. All of a sudden the money, you know, is not there, and it happens a lot. And it's like when you think of the TV shows, like I thought right away of Outdaughtered. I used to watch every single, almost every single TLC show. I don't anymore because we don't have satellite. Like I probably could find it on a Fire Stick, but yeah, but I used to watch that. But you really don't think about, like, you know, you got honestly, I think you have to put yourself in their shoes and what it's like to be in front of a camera 24/7, follow you around. You know, you have no privacy, and everybody in the entire world knows like every single detail, and you can't control that. And you know, it's scary. I know, like with YouTube, like, you know, like Ryan's Toy, you know, one channel that I really don't like. I never liked that channel, and his mother's voice drove me up the wall. But he started doing YouTube when he was like, I think 3, and he's 12 now. Think about that. That means he didn't have a childhood. You know, no childhood. Like, yeah, it looks like he's having fun, you know, and opening up all these, you know, cool gifts and whatever, eggs, you know, what, you know, I remember he used to do the stinking eggs. But now it's like, you know, a whole bunch of different stuff that they do and challenges and that. And it's like, when you think about it, like, yeah, he never had a childhood. You know, his days were spent doing YouTube videos. You know, they probably did, like, I don't know, maybe like 3-4 a week. You know, like, yeah. And same with TikTok, you know, or like Instagram, like I always see them. And I remember one time on TikTok, there was like this TikTok page, and it was a cute little girl, and she would always like be outside, and her mom would be the one behind the camera, of course, and she would be like in her kitchen, and she would be like playing, you know, waitress or whatever, like restaurant, you know, but you never saw the mother. And when you see the amount of shares on that video, or those kind of videos that are similar, and the amount of people that like it, that's terrifying. Nobody should be saving a video like that. Nobody. Not everybody on the internet is nice and have good intentions. Yeah, it's the parents that are doing this, and just like, what? So you can get likes and comments and, you know, be popular like back in high school again? No, it's not worth your child's safety. Like, it's just really disturbing when I see a video like that on my For You page, and I'll usually, like, you know, block them because I don't want to see it come up on my For You page again. And it's just, and like, especially because you never saw the mother, you never did, and it's like, yep, no, yeah, it's just, it's not worth your kid's safety. And then like there'll be like other because I follow Mom Uncharted, and excuse me, she'll show pictures, not pictures, like TikToks, and the comments that men leave, grown-arse men, about, you know, on the video that's like maybe like a kid or a teenager, and but it's like, you know, the mom controls the account, and doesn't that disturb you? It would to me. I would be like, yep, nope, delete, you know, but by that time, you know, too late, because it's been shared millions of times, you know, and yeah, and it's been saved, so, you know, too late, you know. But it's just, it's like people don't care. They want the fame and the endorsements, the deals that come with it. They don't care about the kids' safety. There's not enough protection for kids. Like, I know it's gotten a little bit better, but I don't think it's all the way there yet. There's still a lot to be done when it comes to protecting kids, especially from online. Yeah, online creeps. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you know, you can do YouTube and you can do TikTok and not show your kids. You know, I do it. You know, mine used to be in my YouTube, not every single one, but it is my channel, but I kind of stopped altogether. I don't film Christmas morning. I think last Christmas was the first time I didn't film. Because, you know, with the reno, and, you know, we had the mattress on the floor, so I didn't film. And it felt nice. It felt nice not to film. You know, you don't have to film everything. That's why, like, all you should do videos like what we got them as gifts, you know. But yeah, you learn a lot. Yeah, you live and you learn. You learn a lot, so you take that knowledge and you do something with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want to put them on Instagram. I don't feel comfortable. No. But that's me. That's my preference. So, but when you see those kind of, you know, accounts pop up, it's just, yeah. When everyone is the kid, it's a kid. Oh, it's like, oh, look at that. Oh, where's the parents? Behind the camera. Yeah. Anyways, but that's why this, like, reminded me a lot about, like, the shows that are on TV, you know, and it's just certain channels that are kid-based, and it's always a kid who's in the video front and center, you know, and it's just, no. Like, in every single video. It's like, yeah, no, stop. Just stop. Like, stop. You know? Yeah. But it won't, because you gotta stop following these people. Okay? And I used to watch Daily Bumps. Yep. When I first started watching YouTube, probably a few years before I started my channel, I would watch Daily Bumps, and then I would watch their friends because their friends would start. I would watch the Wonder Family. I loved them. I loved Kelsey and Corbin, and then I was devastated because now they're getting divorced and separated. And I'm like, they were childhood sweethearts. And I'm like, well, that sucks, you know. So yeah, but I used to watch Daily Bumps, and you know, no, not anymore, because I got to the point where they seemed to forget where they came from, you know, because I started watching them when they just started the YouTube journey, and they were living in like kind of like a garage bedroom, but they should not have been living in there. It wasn't, you know, safe for them to be living there, and it wasn't set up right. And their parents, like, they would live with their parents and split rent. I think they did that 2 times before they moved out on their own. They rented a house, and back then she was pregnant with Oliver, and then I was there. I watched when she got pregnant with Finn, and I think she's pregnant with her 4th one now. I don't keep tabs, but yeah, you can't help but get nosy sometimes. Oh no, let's see what they're up to. But yeah, they're still doing it. They do TikTok and all that, and but yeah, they're a family channel, and it's like we need to stop watching those kind of channels. And but they started doing these stupid challenges. Like all their other friends that did YouTube, you know, it started with a stupid safe. Oh, you found a safe in your yard, but they would drag it out trying to open the safe, and then meanwhile you see that, oh, their friend who also had a YouTube channel, wow, well, do you know it? They found a safe too. Wow, what are the odds of that? Like, nobody was paying. Nobody was, like, you know, getting their own ideas. They were all like copying each other, and it just kind of got boring and repetitive. And it was like, oh, you're just gonna drag this out to get views and likes and comments. Okay, yeah, see ya. You know, they just lost who they were. Like, their egos became too big. I wonder if they're friends with Oprah. Her ego's way too big. Oh my gosh, Oprah. What's going on with Oprah? You know, I saw a TikTok when she did a movie with Reese Witherspoon, and it was like the first time they worked together. And Reese Witherspoon was in the dressing room getting her makeup on, and she was like singing, right? And she had the music playing, and then she was chewing her gum. And then, okay, and I guess like Oprah's assistant, excuse me, not Oprah herself, oh no, it was her assistant, told Reese that when Oprah goes into the dressing room, she likes quiet. And I guess Reese was like chewing gum in her face, like, you know, Okay. I don't think she was like loud like that, but you know, she was just chewing gum. And Oprah was like, "Are you chewing gum?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah." You know? And she's like, "People don't chew gum around me," and something like that. You know what I would have done? I would have chewed that gum really loud and flip her off, give her the bird, and walk away. Who the heck do you think you are? Like, I can't with her. I can't with her. She is like, she thinks she's so high and mighty. She has lost touch with reality. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. Come here, Oprah. You're not the boss. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, like, if I want to chew gum, I'm going to chew gum. If I want to, you know, just to tick you off, I'm going to chew it right in your ear just to tick you off. You know, like, don't tell me what to do. You know, like, I know. Yeah. Because it's like, who would want to get their makeup done like if it's too quiet? That's just creepy. No, play the music, play it loud and bug her. But yeah, it was just channels like that. It's like with the Daily Bumps, you know, it's like they forgot how they started and where they came from, and it goes, you know, yeah, that's what happens with fame. Anyways, that is it. This video, I'm not sure how long this video is. But yeah, I just wanted to like talk about this because I found it really interesting, and it was really good. It's a must read. If you can get your hands on it, read it. It is really good. And yeah, I'm going to redonate this to the little free library, so that would be going in a collection. I already have a few books to go, so we'll be doing that shortly. Yeah, we'll be. Oh, and there's 2 new ones that we have to check out. They're on the same road, I think. So yeah, be prepared for that. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to do that one day. I have a few books now, so I'm good to go. We're going to go get some more books. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to drop that off for somebody else to enjoy it. Yeah. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really, truly, do appreciate it. I'll see you next fun video. Take care, be blessed, and if it's nice where you are, I hope you're enjoying the sunshine. Alright, ta-ta for now. Bye.